So today I'm going to talk about making a lyric booklet for a CD cover. And this is a little tricky trying to do it remote. Usually I'm doing this in the classroom, so definitely a little different. Um, so we'll see how this goes. Just to kind of show you what we're making, we're looking at a CD, so in a jewel case, and the actual lyric booklet that goes inside here. So this is what we're making. Um, and this it's stapled together, but there's basically two pages stapled and then it's folded. So these are called signatures. There are two signatures here. That's the requirement for this project. You're laying out 5 lyrics, 5 song lyrics. If you want to do more than 5, that's fine, but you might need to add another signature. And also, if you want to do a design that has a lot of imagery inside, you may also want to add another signature. So to just kind of show you another example that has, this has a lot of negative space in here, and then also it has some imagery that's in a lot. I mean, this was only really 2 columns here. Here's the inside, and then this page hardly has anything, and here's the back. So this one you can see has 1, 2, 3 signatures. So a little bit different. So what we're going to be talking about right now is making up a little dummy booklet. So what it's going to look like is this. So it's just a piece of paper, and then we're making up this little kind of dummy to kind of help us plan ahead, and also just to be able to figure out what's going to go on each page. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper, obviously, and we are going to cut this in half. So I'm going to actually take it long ways and fold it, and I like mine to be pretty even. It doesn't have to be. I've taken them and rip them on the edge, but then I end up going back and cutting them because it irritates me when they're not kind of a smooth piece, because we're going to put it together. So I'm going to cut mine. So here we go. We have 2 signatures now. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these together and we're going to fold them in half. So that makes our little booklet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open these back up, and you can see we have the 2 kind of flattened signatures, and we're going to number these just to help us know what pages are what, and it helps us to kind of organize in InDesign as well. So right in the middle on the top, you're going to write a number 1. This is on signature 1. Then you're going to flip that over, and in the center on the back, you're going to write a number 2. This next signature, we're going to write a number 3, and on the back, we're going to write a number 4. And I always circle these first ones just because it helps so that you can kind of tell the difference between this is the page number of our InDesign kind of page, and the other numbers that we're going to do in the bottom right corners are the actual page numbers themselves. So once we number those pages, so we basically kind of numbered each of the signatures and what side they are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start on page 1, so just as if we're reading it the correct way. In the bottom right corner, we're going to put a number 1. So we're just numbering our book from start to finish. So the inside cover is going to be number 2. Next page is number 3. Turn it. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. and number 7, and then that back cover is number 8. And then I always go ahead and write on the covers. So I'm just going to write front cover on page 1. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to say inside front cover. Then I'm going to flip to the back, which is page 7, and I'm going to say inside back cover. Then back cover. So just to kind of review what we have here, we have the front cover, which has page 1. Then we have the inside front cover, which has page 2, and then the opposite side is page 3. Then on this page we have 4 and 5. Then we have 6 and 7, and that's the inside back cover. And then we have the back cover, which is page 8. So because we folded this in half, our 2 signatures became 8 pages. And I'll do another demo setting up the InDesign file, which we're going to use this then to set up that InDesign file. But one of the other things that you want to use this for is really trying to determine how your lyrics are going to be laid out. You will not have any lyrics on the front, and I suggest not having any lyrics on the inside front cover. This might be more just some information. Maybe it has a picture, you know, that kind of goes with the kind of outside your artwork. It might have some copyright information. It might have the list of the songs. So you really want to start your lyrics then on page 3. So I'm going to just put song 1. And I know that that means the song lyrics are for page 1. And you really want to check your lyrics for your song, because some lyrics, some songs have a lot of lyrics, and you want to make sure that if yours have a lot, maybe one of the songs has a whole long, kind of like a long section, and maybe you need more than just 1/2 page. So you might need to put that one on a double, or maybe, you know, this is song 1, and then here it's song 2, and if song 2 is really long, then maybe song 2 is this whole page plus 1 column on this page, and then maybe there's a short song that you can stack here. You don't have to separate them either by pages. Like song 1 could end up here on page 1, and then you could have song 2 start here and continue on. So it doesn't have to be like completely organized by page if it doesn't work out that way. So song 3, in an ideal world, it would just be 1 song for each one. This is song 4, and in this case, my song 5 is going to be on my inside back cover, which is fine. And then I have the back cover for some other artwork. So this is our little booklet that we have, and now I've mapped out where my songs are going to go. And this is really important because when you look at this in InDesign, so you're going to take these apart because that's basically what your pages look like. So page 1 is actually your front and your back cover. Page 2 is going to be song 5 on the right hand page, and the left hand page is your inside back cover. So it's not what you think it is, and that's why we make up this little dummy, because we're looking at page 2 and 7 next to each other, and that can be confusing. So it's easier to have this little dummy. And if you look at our page 3 in InDesign, we're looking at page 3 and 6, and we're looking at song 1 and song 4. So they won't really be together in the book, because when you put them together, when you're kind of putting this little booklet together, you can see that song 1, let me try and get that in there, song 1 is here and song 4 is in the back. That's why we make the little kind of dummy book up. It just helps you to be able to visualize what it is that you're putting together. Okay, so that's it for how to put the little dummy book together, and then we'll move on to making your InDesign file next.